Welcome. In this video, we will describe how you can manage an existing concurrent group in Digital Codes Premium. We're going to assume that you have already created your concurrent group. If you haven't set one up yet, you can view that video on creating a concurrent group. But this one, we're going to assume that you've already created that group and you want to manage it, and you will sign in with that same account. That is the administration account for your licenses. When you're logged in, you'll go down here to the right-hand menu to Licenses. Once again, you'll see the overview of the 3 licenses that you have, and one of them has been placed into a concurrent group that you are sharing with other users. So if I want to manage, view, or edit that, I'll click on that final tab there. And as you can see, here's the name of the group that we have used in our demos. Now, it is very easy to deploy this access to your users. You do not need to indicate every email address of every user that would go in here. You simply need to give your users the name of the group. And as a shortcut here, you can click on this icon to copy it to your clipboard. That will give you the exact group name that you can email to your users. You will let them know that they will always log into the website at codes.iccsafe.org, and they log into their own account and they'll enter in this code in that concurrent group. So if you have started off with, let's say 5 people who are using your group and you want to add another 5, all you do is just send them the code and they'll be able to log in as those first group of 5 were able to. Now, you do have a couple of simple administration tools here. If you want to use the usage report button, if you click on here, it will generate a report, a simple spreadsheet that will let you know who has been entering in the group. And the other important feature that might be useful to you here is the status. These are all success, meaning that the user was able to get into the group. If it ever read unsuccessful or denied, that meant that a user had tried to enter the group when all the licenses were already being used and therefore was not able to successfully gain entrance to the group, which may be an indicator that you would want to add more licenses to your group, which I'll show you how you can do. What else you might be able to use this for is to see if there's people who are accessing your group who maybe should not be doing that. So you'll be able to see the email addresses of everyone that's come in. This is not going to be real time. So when you run this report, it will only show you users when they've logged in and after they've logged out. But you can still do a check on your group to see who's coming in there. And if you recognize email addresses that should not be having access and taking up a spot, you would then want to change the name of the group. As mentioned, it's easy to deploy, so you don't need to specify specific email addresses of who can join. But on the other side of that is you can't deny access to people by simply putting their email address in there as a denial basis. So what you would want to do if you wanted to change the name of your group, you would then be able to edit. Once again, you don't want to remove a group because that would remove all the notes that are associated with it. But if you wanted to add licenses, take licenses away, or change the name of the group, you would be able to do that here. So in this instance, if I did not want a group of users to have access to my current group, I would change the name of the group. And this would, if you check this box, would force anyone who's currently in there with the old code, it would be an automatic logout. But what I've done is I'm keeping the same group. Remember, I'm just editing it, not making a new group. I'm editing the name. I want to keep the rest of it the same, still only 1 license in here. But once again, this is where you can change the number of licenses that are in the group. And we'll go through here and we will leave these all the same. We're not changing anything here. And now what we have done is change the name of the group. So you could once again copy this, and then you could send this out to your group of users that you want to have access to this group while denying access to users who may have the old name of the group.